G'day team, how are we doing? A little bit of a wild card today. I'm going to have the poor sound quality to start with because I didn't plug in my mic at the start of yesterday. So we're dealing with that, but I'll tell you what, we'll start and then in the first 10-15 minutes the mic will be charged. Oh, excuse that. Solar plexus, and we'll be good to go on good sound. But until then, you're just stuck with me in this little glass box and the way it reverberates around so peculiarly. Peculiarly, is that a word? Peculiar. Perfect. All right, first color up. Painting, that's what we're here for, right? Painting. Down. For some reason, my knees have been playing up a wee bit. I don't quite know why. But anyway, gouache paint is the first paint we're going to be using, and just a little bit of blue. Chuck in just a little bit of this. Take the lid off. This is terribly annoying. Things in the paint doesn't come out. It's a whole thing. Lift this up to here. Bring this across to here. Where is that little pen? I brought a pen with me at work today. It's so old school for me. Here we go. Hello. Where's NL? Is it a place from NL? The US state. And we're starting off the session with the most relevant question when it comes to art of all. The most important question. The one that stays on everyone's minds. The thing you think of the moment you hear the words Van Gogh. The moment you hear that. Every time I talk to a curator, gallery owner, another artist, a historian, and the name Van Gogh comes up, we ask the question, but how tall is he? I'm 5'11", and let me preface that by saying that it is the most irrelevant thing to do with a personal personality that you could possibly ever have. And hello Deborah, thank you very much, I appreciate that. We're back on this painting. I'm just tracking down a brush that's perfect. Here we go. Here we are. Land of Van Gogh, just about. Get this mixed through here. Just going to turn this on here. Perfect. Airless. Who's airless? Who's airless? Just make sure that the sound's working before I charge off. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Pink. Your profile picture pink. I like it. I like it a lot. And Deet, hello. Welcome in from Indonesia. Welcome back. Guys, like I was saying, just bear with me. The sound's not going to be super high quality to start with, but that's okay. It's going to pick up once my little speaker is charged, but right now it's not, so we're dealing with that. I like it, and it's your artwork too, Pink. I can tell it from here. Your distinctive style. Sebastian, you've got a great name. Probably already know that. Nothing to do with my name also being Sebastian, just a great name. Oh look, Pink. It's fantastic that you're using it as a profile picture. Getting it out there. I love it. I used to have my favourite picture as a profile pic on my socials. It just felt good, you know. It felt like I was always leading with my best foot forward, which was kind of important. We have so many masters as painters. Well, there's 3 of them, that's true. But I think we're due for a few more. I think there's probably not enough. old school painters in the 21st century. You don't look like a Sebastian, just to let you know. Oh, thanks, Betty. I get called Seb. So Seb's my name, and that's what I go by. Did they find out there was surfboards yet? Yes, we've discovered the surfboards. We are using surfboards, and we're just slapping on some coats, seeing where that can take us. Just down through here a little bit. Woo-hoo. And down through here. Oh yeah. And you can see how this colour here, it's thinner, but I've got a lot of pop in it for that blue. That's what I'm after. Hey Jay, how are we doing? Ooh, Joe, 10 p.m. in the UK. In the UK? Was that UK? But 10 p.m. anyway. That's all good. The plan is to be here for a good long stint. With a bit of luck. Provided we don't get any distractions. We're just going to keep on chewing on. I mean, who knows what the tour could bring around. See? I can get some acid reflux and have to run off quickly, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be okay. That's good to hear, Jay. That's good to hear. We're back here for another day, slamming around some paint. Building up some layers on a surf picture. Trying to get more of those chaotic blues into it. Seeing if we can start to thread a little needle. There we go. Beautiful. Or a Robert. No, I'm not a Robert. Bob for short. Bob. I guess Bob Ross. But no. Don't start that one, Betty. Please don't start that one. I see a little yellow from yesterday. Yes, Summer Girl. And that's tall feedback coming from a Summer Girl. I'm very lucky. Thanks, Summer Girl. It's like the girl of summer. Pretty cool feedback. Jeffrey Fitz. I think we'll agree to disagree there, Betty, but I do like the fact that you've got your own opinion. And that's pretty cool. But it's not quite consolidating with what I think. Hello, Birdie. Welcome on in. Birdie, you're here early today. You made some art recently, Birdie, or have you just been hanging out? And sun is shining. Pretty cool t-shirt. Yes, secondhand. It's actually, guys, I got it from a secondhand shop, and you'll see here down the front. Can you see the paint there? That's already on it. So it's already been ruined. Not ruined. It's already in the state that it's in. And so with this t-shirt, I thought it's perfect for painting because no one else is going to buy it from an op shop with stains on it. But for me, it's actually perfect because I can just claim that I made the stains. So we're away. You're totally all good, Betty. You know, my parents were going to call me Lachlan, so I'd be a Lockie or a Sibby. A Sibby or a Lockie, but either way with an E noise at the end. I'm painting right now. Oh, Bernie, you've jumped off your live to jump on mine. Well, that's cute. How'd your live go, by the way? Not numbers or anything like that. I mean, how'd your live go? How did you feel? How did you feel? How did it make you feel? Because the reason we're on this live right now is I expect that combining and talking and feeling is going to improve the overall result of this picture. Joe, it's also quite cool. Wishing you good luck with your biscuits, Joe. Wish I was nearby so I could provide feedback on your biscuit adventure, but unfortunately I'm probably not in the vicinity. If you're nearby the crate in Albany, Auckland, feel free to pop by. Just say you're here to see Seb and you've brought biscuits. They'll welcome you in with open arms. There's probably about 35 people here today, so if you want to bring biscuits for everyone, there's your total. Here we go. A little bit through here. Thanks, Betty. This is a fun one. This is a fun one. It is all over the show, and like I say, we're just going to keep on adding layers, seeing if eventually through all these chaotic layers, the picture takes form. Who knows? Who really knows? There we go. Just going to make sure I keep it on thin enough that the paint can spread properly. There we go. It usually helps me to not get distracted since I can't be on. Alright, Betty, I like that actually. That's quite clever. That's quite clever. Stops you from getting distracted because it stops you from being on your phone. Everyone should be live streaming. That's ingenious, Betty. I like that. I like that a lot. I guess that is sort of what helps me too, because it's such an addictive thing. Procrastination just helps out. Able to just sit there moment after moment with the phone. Can you painting people? Yes. Yes, Jay Lover. I can painting people. I wish I could stay here, but it is here to be done. People. Yeah, and Robert, actually, I think it was your comment. I was just reading that on TikTok. Let me just angle that background that way a little bit. There we go. About keeping mental sanity. Well, that's not how you put it, but it's how I read it. By actually having people, and as a hairdresser, that's the help that you can get. Like, to actually keep you sane during the days rather than sitting and looking at a desk. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Birdie likes the colours in this one so far. Well, Birdie, you and me both. You and me both. Here we go. Slash this across the waves here. Out to the sides, right out to the sides, and then a little bit across the top. A little bit across the top, down through these waves. There we go. And we'll just dabble, 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 dabble. Keep it messy. Keep it really messy. Probably more messy than we need to have it, but that's alright. That's all right. And we'll chuck a bit through here. Lovely. And a bit down through here. Oh yeah. Hey Trina. Betty, your name is so beautiful, I love your name. That is a very, very constructive comment, Birdie. You never liked your name. Betty. Betty is a beautiful name. Betty White's one of the most famous people on the planet, in my books anyway. I love Betty White. So does Summer Girl. Birdie, congratulations. A request for your first ever commission. Well, you got that because people like what you do. So that's pretty wholesome. Someone's taking a leap of faith because they like what you've done. I reckon that's pretty cool. Get a little bit of that in there. And just through here. There we go. Where else are we going to go? Yeah. Layering up the chaos and pain. It is pretty chaotic. This painting is all over the show in the most fun of ways, but all over the show. And some teeny tiny little cracks. It's okay, we can deal with that. Yeah. You go for it, Birdie, get into it. I think I saw some of your artwork recently. Came up on my FYP, I think. It was a... What did it? I can't remember. But it's really cool. If I'm thinking of the right stuff, you got some amazing talent. And hey John, how we doing? Welcome on in. Hope you got my email. Hope you got my email. There we go. Blue is the key. Almost. I want to take it up higher, but come on down here. Perfect. There we go. Dabbling with a few little bits and pieces. Just bringing it to life. Had the commission of the Atkins family arrive at its location, and that was the picture on the story on Instagram. Such a beautiful thing. The daughter was looking at it, and she was standing on the side where she was actually painted in the picture. So it was this really, really cool moment. Anyway, that's what Brandon sent through to me. And I thought, that is pretty fun, Brandon. Thanks for sharing. So, anyway, that picture went to, where was it? They're building a new home at the moment, and 6 to 9 months off right now, and the picture's going to go into the new home. So that's pretty fun. Then we have a little look-see up here. Found the Alexander painting on your site. To at least see it. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. It's a fun one. And Alexander is in Texas. Alexander is in Texas. So Texas really liked that Alexander print. They took Alexander and, two prints of Alexander and the original, which I reckon was pretty fun. Ooh, Netherlands. And Gelatown, possibly. There, possibly. And cheers, John. Appreciate you. Yeah, although one really fun thing that I was looking at doing, this is, let's drop this down a little bit, quite unique. I was going to create a form to fill out and then post it on the Art of Painting on Instagram with the goal of allowing people to share their inspiration and pictures and ideas, because I've got an upcoming project that I haven't fully consolidated my plans for. So when I say that, I mean it can go either way. It's a project of, it's a surfboard, and it's a personal project. It has not got a buyer, it's not a commission, but my current idea is to put flamingos on it, as per the previous plan. But I wanted to open the floor up to everyone and see if anyone else had some creative ideas for what could go on a surfboard. So tonight, I'll take some videos of what the surfboard looks like, and I'll post them on the Art of Painting channel on Instagram. And anyone who has a sudden idea of what could go on the board, I'd love to see it. And if we take everyone's feedback on board and decide, yep, we're going to make a move on the flamingos, perfect. But I want to make sure we consider all the possible options. So, if you're not part of the Art of Painting yet, leap on that. If you are, you're already going to see it. That's cool. Otherwise, just hanging out here and you can see what the board becomes when we get it. Also, a really fun option. But yeah, that's where the current decision-making process is. There we go. A little bit more through here. Do 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 do. La da da dee da do. La da do da dee. For those who have just joined us, we're on light blue. That's the colour we're working to at the moment. And we're just going to see how that goes. More blues in this. We've got those red and warm tones, those warmer tones already in it. They're sitting in there comfortably. The next job, oh, that's a good question, John. That is a very good question. And I'm going to say, I'm hoping to be around for a good long while. So, think quite some time. Think quite some time. And cheers, John. Cheers, Jason. Yes, I've got 2 pictures of flamingos. I was sharing them to subscribers and just seeing what they thought of them. It's very hard to choose. One's a giant flock of flamingos, and the other one is a reflection of a single flamingo, one coming up and then going down. And so they're both unique and special in their own way, but it definitely allows us to use a ton of pastels, a ton of pink, a ton of blue, and just see where it takes us in a pretty fun way. So that's where that's sitting. And yeah, thanks Jay. There's a commission form via the website, if that's what you're after. But otherwise, just hang out here. Just come on a journey of art. You don't need to own a piece. You can just come on the journey with me. Da da da. Ba da da. Ba da da. Just keep getting loads of paint on. Here we go. These are sort of beautiful bit of haze or mist that comes up. But since we don't do gradients, I'm just going to slash some paint on here quite aggressively. There we go, beautiful. Slowly build that up. It's so colourful, but not in a bad way. Yeah, so it's going to be an explosion of colour, but prepare for them to be toned back a little bit, muted, as we keep on adding more of these blues and whites to actually bring out that cool element of the atmosphere, but with those underlying warm pastel tones of the sun still pushing through. So that's the plan. And hello, Steve. Man, we've got the clan in here now. Birdie, you're out of here. Well, Birdie, let me wish you luck for your commission. I hope that goes well for you. Congratulations on getting it. That's really special. And I look forward to hearing how you go. The one thing I'll say before you go, Birdie, if you're still here, please don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You were chosen for this commission because they like everything you've done so far. You're more than ready to do it. And I'm sure if you're able to put your heart and soul behind it, they're going to love what you make. Alright, like the tide's coming in. You know, it'd be interesting to know if it's going in or coming out. It's definitely a day for surfing though, that's a fact. It's definitely a day for surfing. So, that much is clear. Oh, there we go. Good luck, Birdie. Catch you later. There we go. A little bit of this. You can go with this. You can go with that. You can go with us. Beautiful. Next colour off the ranks. In we come. It's going to be something a bit more outlandish, guys, to add some flavour. You'd be like, hey, you said muted blues, what are you doing? Well, you know what? We've got full power of this painting, so we're allowed to be a little bit more outlandish if we choose to be, and that's what we're going to do. Just a couple of subtle pops of a beautiful pink. There we go. Da 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 da. We're using acrylic mediums, but not acrylic paint. We're using gouache paint. as a paste and combining it with different gels and resins and things to make the paint pop. So you might think it behaves a little bit like oils, but it seems to be a little bit more like acrylics. But it seems to be this, but it seems to be that, but it's all quite confusing. You're not quite sure what's going on. That's all okay. It's because there's a lot of things mixed in together here. All right. Let's get a bit more across the top here. There we go. Beautiful pink. Keep it coming in. Beautiful. Add that flair to it. Add a little bit of zest to the environment. I want zest. Zest, I tell you. Flamingo doing sunrise with a shadow offset water would look awesome. That's not far off where our picture's actually looking like it's going to go. But before I lock and load it, before I say yes, that's definitely what's happening, I am going to post it out to everyone in the art of painting and see if anyone has any wild card suggestions, because you know what I like to accept every time I start a painting, and every time I go out in public, every time I work on artwork in public spaces, I love to accept that maybe I don't know everything. Maybe an absolute stranger can give you an idea which will alter and change what you think of the way you're going to paint in ways you never predicted. And that would be totally okay. If you're open to that, I reckon your art can become more than it ever could by itself. I saw a lot of comments on that work at home post. People saying, a true artist always works alone. And I'm like, no. No, a true artist allows their peers and loved ones and people who love their artwork and the ones they connect with to change and alter and develop them. A true artist realises they're not so much of an artist as an individual, but more of a conduit that helps the whole world, to get cheesy with it, humanity, express itself. It's less about you and more about everyone. Hello Bruno, how are we doing? How are we doing? Shoving some flares of pink through here, there we go. And licks up the side there. Beautiful. Beautiful. More through there. Lovely. And then just a couple more licks up in here. Lovely. Lovely waves. Who's seen that little, thanks Troy, who's seen a little bit of that pink flare now coming out in it? Just turning those salmons into a bit more fluffy fun. Fluffy fun, is that the right word? It is now. Let's go like that. There we go. Beautiful. Flashes everywhere. Beautiful. Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. Little ocean noises. It's going to do this, guys, but tell me, does it improve or ruin the sound? There we go. Did we improve the sound, or did we ruin the sound? How are we doing? Good or bad? I need you to tell me. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Ocean sound, love it. All right, we got better. I hope we got better. Ba-da-bim-ba-bum, ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Bear with me. There we go. Get that all sorted there. Perfect. All done and dusted. Now just make sure, do you have that full canvas in the shot? Ah, it's twisted around a little bit. Don't know why it does that. There we go. I'm surprised too, guys. I'm surprised. Less background sound, but can hear you better. All right. This canvas here, 36 by 48 inches. So massive canvas, absolutely humongous. And it is the size we want to be working on. Usually for massive landscapes, landscapes do well in two sizes, tiny or huge. I find that little, what's that other size? What's that size I'm thinking of? That there's one size I don't like for landscapes. The smallest landscapes I like, actually, I say tiny, but the smallest landscapes I like are A1. I did one with James, a castle. That was the perfect size. But you need to be quite fast and abrupt and make it in just a few strokes on those smaller surfaces to really capture it without overdoing it. There we go. Coming on up. Moving on up. Moving on up. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Quite arrogant, actually. I reckon there's probably a few things that could stop him, or at least slow him down. It's a her who sings that song. It's a her. There we go. Beautiful. Sneak a little bit in over here. Trying to think any. Oh, sorry guys. I was going to say I'm surprised. We've had no comments on the fantastic banner that is now stopping the light from causing everything to go too dark. So that's pretty cool. Pretty proud of myself there. Moving on up, nothing can stop me. I get probably just a little bit of that gorgeous. Let's sneak a bit more in here. There we go. Perfect. Do. I think we might. Oh no, that's about right. Perfect. Okay. Let's sneak up here a little bit. Perfect. I'm just going to keep finding little pockets, throwing around some paint. Lovely. Just in here like this. Beautiful. Where else are we going to go? Woo-wee. Here we go. A bit more in here. Yeah, go for it. Moving on up. Moving on up. Moving on up. Nothing can stop me. There we go. A little bit more, a little bit more. I wonder if, give me just a second, team. If I turn down that ever so slightly, this really harsh light over here too. If I turn this down a little bit, will you be able to make out the colour palette a little bit better? Maybe. How's that, guys? Can you make out the colour a little bit better? I just turned down the intensity of the lights just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. A little bit through there. Perfect. And let my eyes slowly adjust to a slightly darker space, but it's better. Moving on up. Moving on up. Moving on up. Here we go. A little bit of darkness. Yeah, a little bit of darkness. Just a little bit of black. There we go. And then we're going to come over here. Beautiful. 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 It's going to help add that shape to our characters. Leilani, of course I do. Welcome back, Leilani. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And see how we're not painting full bodies here? Just doing little strokes that help us understand the nature of shape within the body, but not the actual arm, leg, shoulder style thinking. It wants to be more loose than that. More loose, more wild. There we go. This one's got a lot more body. See a bit more of this. It's going a little bit chunkier. Sarah, I'm doing fantastically. And Tammy, welcome back. Sarah, this one might be for sale. Might be. I've been talking with a few people about it, but like I say to everyone, let the painting become what it's going to become, and be ready for the fact that you may not like it and how it turns out. You may not like how it turns out. And that's okay. It's totally okay not to like it. Or to like it at the start, but then see where it goes. So please, like, I know it's, when you see it happening, you think, I love those base colors, I love where it's going, but you might find we put a white wash on it at the end that changes what you loved about it at the start. So absolutely, you can get in touch and I can send you pictures of it once it's finished, but it won't look like this. And so what you're in love with right now is going through changes. And for me, a painting's like a kid, which is a rich thing to say, that I haven't raised a kid yet. But for me, a painting's like a kid, that you're going to love it no matter what it becomes. But for you, say, as a watcher, it's less like a kid and more like, say, a love or a relationship. And that's different. And the fact that as someone grows, sometimes you can grow apart from it. And so it depends, as we layer paint on this canvas, whether you grow more connected with the painting or whether you grow apart from it. And you have to give yourself the opportunity to do either. So definitely hang out here and see how it grows and changes and develops. But make sure you don't commit, commit obviously, but you allow yourself, allow your feelings to develop and change. That's so important. So important. There we go. Coming on down low. There we go. Wonderful. Ah, dearie me. You know, I was listening to I was listening to someone people who'd met Justin Timberlake. And this is pretty mean on Justin, so let me preface it by saying, I've never met him, might be a great dude. They said he wasn't very nice. Now maybe I wonder if anyone's ever met me.
and then later wondered or said like, oh, he's not nearly as nice in person. Kind of stuff keeps you up at night. It chops and it changes, Leilani. It'll depend on a couple of factors for this one. First factor, what frame we go for. And second factor, where in the world would we be shipping it to? And if it takes another 20 hours to thread the needle. But right now it's coming together wonderfully. There we go. A few little dabbly marks. And one more one across there. Really bringing in the context to this beautiful, beautiful reflection. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Dabble that through there. Wonderful. You're in Auckland now. Hey, Chrissy Miss Jays. That is lovely. Welcome to Auckland. Hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds of this fantastic place. And avoiding the traffic, which is absolutely bonkers. We don't know traffic like New York and things like that, don't get me wrong, guys, but for a small island nation, we do get more than our fair share of traffic, I feel. If you steal the... Oh dear, that's funny. If you steal it from me, I'll give you money. It's well, this is actually in a shared office space, so you'd have to get past a few people, but I'd be so excited that someone was performing a paint heist that I might like not stop it, but actually be almost an accessory to theft. Cops would come and they'd be like, so what happened? Like, they came into my studio and they took it. But, well, did you stop them or say anything? I'm like, no, I was so excited by the whole thing, I actually handed it to him. The cop's like, well, there's really not much I can do about that. That's, you handed it to them? Yeah. There we go. Let's get a bit more up in the sky here. Moving on up, moving on up. Parnell is a really cool area. Yeah. I like a little bit out of Auckland, I like Piha. Port Chev. Used to go painting there a lot. Haven't been back for a while, but people got quite used to seeing me at Port Chev. Texas. Texas, indeed. It's pretty fun because Texas is where a couple of princes, I think Alexander the Great's in Texas. Ah, that's where the Atkins family is. So there's two originals off the top of my head that are in Texas. But I reckon it's kind of fun. There we go. Moving on up. Yeah, high to Mount Eden, eh? That's actually pretty fun. I haven't done that in a long while. Let's get this. There we go. Beautiful. Christmas, Jays. Have fun at work. Catch you on the flip side. Thanks for joining. Have fun at work. She's out of here. Wow. New friends enjoying some surf and sun with amazing view into clouds in the sky, waves and mountains. Unspecified nature. Pretty much 100% correct. Pretty much 100% correct. So that's fun. That's good work, Betty. I think a lot of people can connect with what you're saying there. On a separate note, this mustache on my face has reached a length where it's touching my, not my upper lip, but touching my face. It's long enough to have spun around, and it's a little bit annoying. I'll be honest with you. Like it's, you're constantly aware of a little slug up there. Well, you're more than welcome, unspecified nature. You're more than welcome. Here we go. Beautiful. There we go. And Johnny. How we doing, Johnny? Good to have you in here. Johnny, have you spoken to your family recently about the Ian painting? I'd love to know how they're getting on. That's good. Yeah. Well, it's getting to that length now, Jay, where I can't forget about it. It's just constantly on my face. So I think I'll get used to it by having that constant reminder at the moment is what we're dealing with. So, right, a little bit of Atelier. Clear painting medium, coming on up. This is going to change that black to a dark blue. Let me grab this now. What's that on? 73. I'm currently trading backwards and forwards a charger between the phone, the voice piece, and all the other bits and pieces in the room. There we go. Looks like the voice piece has enough battery to survive now. This is enough batteries. That's going to get enough batteries. Everything's getting batteries. Everything's getting batteries. Hey, can I ask a question too, guys? If it's all right. Who saw the reel on Instagram? How was the piano in the background? Should I do it again, or was that a little bit silly? I need honesty. Because it made me feel cool, but I'd like to know. Oh, fantastic. Glad to hear it, Johnny. Saving the storage. Yeah. Once she gets it sorted. Absolutely. And thanks for the update. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I hope the new house building goes well, though. Betty, question marks. So Betty, back about a year ago, there was an Ian McKinnon portrait, which I moved on to Johnny. Johnny doesn't live here, but he had it shipped to Christchurch. And I'm just saying that I hope it's going all right for him. So there's a conversation happening here. Just yarning with Johnny. We should get on the phone sometime soon, Johnny, and have a conversation. It's been too long. It's been too long. Hello, Noel. Welcome on in. Moving on up. Moving on up. It's a really fun one. It's a really fun one. It's actually surprisingly rare, Johnny, because very, very few of the works that I make are actually done with oil. And if you remember back, there was that massive lead time. Like the painting was finished basically straight after you bought it. I was like messaging you saying another 3 weeks, another month, another 2 weeks, another month. And that's because we were waiting on those layers to actually get fully dry. And that's really cool. Amazatul, that's fantastic. You'd be looking at my fantastic background that I went out and got yesterday, and I'm really, really proud of. I was going to go for a marble stone look, and then I thought, it's New Zealand. Rustic white wood might work better. So this is actually, see that? It's not real wood. It's fake. But behind it, you can see around the edges probably, it's really, really bright. And so when that light was coming in, it was actually Steve that mentioned it to me that actually, hey, we can't really see the artwork or you because the light from behind you is shining through too much. So I put this here. So during the day when we're streaming, it allows us to get much more functionality in there, which I reckon is pretty cool. The Inception. I wonder if I can do this. I'm still getting the hang of the features in TikTok, guys. So bear with me. But interaction, this is pretty fun. I can put that up there. It's so cute. Look at me getting the hang of technology. Oh, okay. Okay. Blues into pinks, into blacks, into whites to give us, spin it up this way, see that? Almost like the blue hue of a pastel violet. Steely, cold. Cold and steely, that's what we've got. Thanks, Nick, I appreciate it. And Eduardo, welcome on in. Yellow. Hello from France. Can I say bonjour? Yes, of course I can. Bonjour. They had an ad that used to run on TV here in New Zealand for Yoplait, and it was yogurt, and it would be like, Yoplait is French for yogurt. And it was a yogurt brand here in New Zealand. Anyway, they stopped running adverts, which is a shame. Grew up with those. There we go. You like France? Yeah. I like all countries. I like all countries. Moustache getting a tick? Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Just touch that there. Touch that there. There we go. And Johnny, looking like it's going to be in May. May the force be with you. So, we'll see. Pretty exciting. There we go. Here we go. A few little steely colours. Beautiful. Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. Just gonna swap this plate over. There we go. And a bit more of this. I'm imagining the painting is like a motion picture. It's beautiful. I like that. I like that. It's a, I'll show you the picture while we're here. This is the picture that we're working to. So at the moment, if I bring it back to here, we're working on occasionally getting lost in a wilderness of adding in some crazy hues, but actually spending most of our time getting in that muted color. So I'll bring this over here. That's our next color. Just gently bringing it into the environment. Nothing too extreme, just gently whisking it around. Just gently whisking around, whisking around. That's what I need. Just coming down in here, a little bit over the top. And we're just capturing one shape after the next. And hopefully, shape after shape, moment after moment, we'll get a painting come out. There's no guarantee, but I'm a hopeful one. You can see how I'm just going right over the top of all these colours, adding this muted tone into it. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Keep careful watch over my brother's soul. Beautiful. Coming over here. Whoa. Coming up tall. See, these dress pants aren't ideal for me. They're not stretch, so it's sort of hard to get down low without getting on my knees. I prefer something that I can do that sort of lunging around with, but I'm probably gonna rip my pants if I try and do it. So that's one of the challenges I come across here. There we go, beautiful. Coming over here. Beautiful. It's okay. Yeah, no, it's less about the watching and more about the ability to move between the high and low points of the painting. At the moment, that's slightly restricted. So if you notice, I'm going to like here with my brush strokes, ducking down, doing down here, standing back up, doing up here. And it's because the pants are not stretch, so I lose the ability to add a bit of athletics into the picture. Hello, JB. Welcome on in, you champion. How are we doing? There we go. Dabble that through there. Coming on down low. Oh, JB seemed to cheer me up. That's very sweet. Here we go. Keep it coming in. How's that drawing? Nicely. There we go. Hey, Huss. I feel odd to send a heart. That's all good, JB. You do your thing. I appreciate it. If I didn't need cheering up, that'd be the exact thing I needed. And I'd be like, wow, JB knows. Oh, about to sneeze. Thanks, JB. I appreciate that. high school boyfriend. I love you, but I don't love you. Hello, Sebastian. Yes, it is. Indeed. This is what I do. Yeah. All right, let's get a bit of greens and add it in here. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Nothing can stop me. A little bit of this, and a teeny tiny bit of this. Only a little bit. There we go. Slight change of colour. Ever so slight. There we go. Up in the sky. There we go. Add a bit of crazy to the sky. And a bit through here as well. Here we are. Here we go. Perfect. Bit more through here. To the top. Whew. Click the back there a little bit. Mix this in here, and we got some more. All right. I'm gonna get this brush in, give it a little wipe off. Thanks, JB. Gonna pick up a little cup. Mark it in there, put that one down there, put that down there. Woo-wee. Put down this here, pick up this here, wheel this around here. If it will fit, will it fit? It should do. Move this slightly to the right. Bring this in. Okie dokie. Time for a little bit of a sit down. Oh, there we go. See where we're going to take this next. Delightful. We'll just lower this one down here. Perfect. And then I'll just... I'm not going to reply to them, guys. Don't worry about that. But... and what I'll do, just so people don't think I'm just sitting here the whole time, If anyone new comes into the room, you're going to go like this. Just put that little timer on there. Perfect. We might actually though, hold on. Hey AJ, how you doing? Let me just fix this because we're gonna do a little break. Take 5. There we go. Done. There we are. Cheers, Tim. And yes, I am doing Movember. That is the plan. Stick that back up there. Perfect. Perfect. Now, let's do a quick little check. Moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. Nothing can stop me. Da 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 da. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right. Gym structure. Go for a run or have a walk every now and again, and you'll be healthy as can be. And have lots of vegetables. Sorry guys, I couldn't help myself. I've jumped onto the comment section of the most recent Instagram reel I just posted. Just having a look down through it. There's one comment here. Hold on. Where's it gone? It disappeared. It's gone. Oh, that's such a shame. Someone commented he's turning into a bit of a lunatic now. And I wanted to comment back that I kind of always have been. He might have missed it in the background. No, so the most recent reel, someone was asking a question regarding the difference between interruptions you face inside your home studio, interruptions you face out in public. So I know we're in public at the moment in a shared office space in Auckland, Albany here, but it's probably more a home studio in that we have control over a lot of it. In terms of actually going out into public though, what I was trying to say was you do welcome in a lot of chaos and you do welcome in a lot of things that you can't expect. And since these are things you can't expect, you've added new ingredients into the mixture which make a painting. And the things you've added in cause you to have reactions that you may not have previously anticipated you'd have. And that's going to change the way the whole dynamic of the art works. So that's pretty important. Wild man wouldn't. Cheers, Bridget. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I think too, on one hand, probably, I mean, the most important thing for me to do, especially in a lot of these reels, is to get the point I'm trying to make and send it out like a fishing line as far as I possibly can. And in terms of the art as well, send it out there as far as I possibly can. Being that if I manage to really, really be vulnerable, crazy, and exposed through both the art and through reels and things on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, I hope that by doing so, that I can give other people permission to do the same, to quote Coach Carter there. And I think we do a good job of that. I think we do actually create meaningful connections. And I think that aside from a few people who have a few comments to make, predominantly we're creating a lot of happiness. And I think a lot of artists are actually, not just artists, but creatives in general are watching it and having an impact on how they view their own craft. Sort of giving them permission to be themselves in a way. I think it's weird, whether it be visual artists or musical artists, we typically don't give ourselves ourselves permission to be who we want to be. We battle with it. So that's a challenge. It is a challenge. Right, where's our time at? 21 seconds until we're back into it. All right. Private public space. Yeah, pretty much, Hayden. It's private public space. So it's a space where everyone exists, and that's pretty fun. But it's also a space where I have control over this environment. I'm not dealing with, say, wind, sun, weather conditions, but I am dealing with new people every day. So there's that wild element. I've been in public compared to the home studio, but I have control over the weather, which is a handy thing. Sometimes it's a handy thing. But you don't want to get too comfortable in that. It's still important to get outside and do all those sorts of things. Now. Next colour off the ranks. What is it going to be? I keep dabbling over it and coming back to it, but we do need some more blue. Blue with white. Here we go. Do. Posted my first abstract painting on Instagram, on Insta Reels, and people were so mean. Hayden, one thing I would suggest is do it again, but don't pull it down. As long as you like it, are you seeking approval from other people, or are you doing it for you? And I say that because put it up on Instagram Reels, and if they comment a negative comment, Hayden, that's totally fine. First off, two things. You've caused them to have a negative reaction to your work, which means there's people out there, it's possible to have a positive reaction to your work. And then, on top of that, you've got the factor of, bada bing, they are commenting. And this is bringing about engagement. And the TikTok robot's going to read, the TikTok or Instagram robot is going to read into that and be like, okay, it got a negative reaction from that person, but people want to react. And the robot's going to get on your team and try and find you people who it's going to want to match you with. Basically what I'm saying, Hayden, is it's a really positive thing that your art's actually brought about an emotional response from someone. You don't want to beat that up. You want to encourage that. That's important. That's a positive thing. We'll just come down here. My knee's getting a bit beaten up on this floor, guys, so bear with me while I jump on this baby blue down low, and we'll lift up as we go. We'll lift up as we go. There we go. Through here. In fact, I might even, that brush, not quite. I'm going to swap the brush out to one that's even thinner. Sorry, I just got a little bit of paint on my machine there. Here we go. This one's really thin. Hey look, abstract work's tough because you're asking the world to actually go a little bit crazy with you for a period of time and see in something a thing that you see. You're not asking someone to enjoy a picture of a dog or a sunset. You're saying, let's be a little bit crazy and expression driven, just for a moment. And that can be a really tough step for someone to do. So be prepared for someone to actually reject abstract art, because your ability to actually bring them in, it's harder to do. It's harder to do. So if you are an abstract artist, prepare yourself for more rejection than the average artist, because a lot of people will be able to see a dog and just say, oh, I see a dog, that's nice, congratulations. But no one can do that with a picture that has no obvious goal. And so if it doesn't have an obvious goal, you're going to have a harder time with pockets of the population. Did you check out DALL-E 3? I've used DALL-E 2. I haven't checked out DALL-E 3 yet, Jack. But I've heard good things. I've heard good things. I need to start using these things. But I may use it for a new picture of the flamingo. But we'll see how we go. Undecided at this stage. Might be the right move to make, might not be. We will find out. What do you do with your pieces? What do I do with my pieces? Well, a lot of them are commissions, but then I'm in an interesting phase right now where it's looking like Hemingway's pencil, a recent picture of Hemingway writing. It looks like that one's going to sell to a gentleman in California. I lost the picture of, not the picture, the original, I lost the original, which was Hibiscus. That's gone now. And so now I'm out of art. And so I want to create some more. So that's what's happening here. I want to get another piece into my collection. But there's been a bit of interest in this one. But if it doesn't sell, that's fantastic, because then I'll have another piece into my collection to enjoy. Because it's always good to keep some art around. Always good. Bridget, I don't understand that, but I'm glad you're here. Yeah, this one's, I wanted to do something a bit unique this time, guys. A mid-duty. All right. I want to do something a bit unique. And the reason I want to do something unique is I want to really capture a really wild, not fully abstract, but wild caveman-like painting style of mine. So that way I could look at it and keep reminding myself what I like about painting. In and amongst the new commissions that are coming. I thought that would be quite cool. And so I've really let this one be a little bit more crazy as opposed to our usual style. I say usual style. A little bit more crazy than usual. So that way there's so I can lose myself in the crazy in my spare time, basically. No, it's not a commission. It'd be a cool commission. But I think that actually it being a commission might actually hold it back for this one. Because like I say, I wanted to go a bit more crazy with it. I wanted to lose a bit of control. I wanted to go a bit more abstract. And if we're going to do that, sometimes being a commission, you can hold yourself back from going too crazy, as you might actually unleash something completely new that's not in line with the initial goals of the project. Not that the goals have to be adhered to 100%, but it's important if you set out to capture love or family, that you capture that and don't just completely lose track and run off and do a brown painting, say. Yeah. I mean, the other thing too that we might run into here is we might not actually tighten up on the chaos. Be prepared for that. We may just keep leaning into the chaos. We don't have to tighten up on it. We can add more of it. This one could be an example of how chaos does just run abundant at times. Doesn't need to be controlled, policed. Here we go. Beautiful. This brush is thin, it is. It's very thin and long. I'll show you up close. So see that? That's how long this brush is. Long bristles. Long bristles. And the reason we're using a brush like this is we have a lot of horizontal lines which want to have a thickness of paint through them. So this is the right brush to do that with. Play around with it. No yellow yet. Oh, we got a fair bit of Naples in here. Fair bit of Naples. Worst, this mint face great. Thanks, Bridget. And Shane, yeah, interesting brush. This is really, really fun because we can do some long strokes. And really capture the full identity of a wave rather than always panicking that it's a series of blotches. You see colours. Well, that's fun. I also see life in colour. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, shadows are without a doubt the best part of this piece. The best part. There we go. All right. Coming down to the seat. How are we looking? Okay. Okay. I'm going to grab some... I'm going to grab some white highlights, I think. I'm going to wipe down this brush here. I'm going to grab some white, combine it with some transparency gel, throw it around as highlights on the waves, and then we'll see how we'll go from there. Shane, yes it did, but remember that every artist's journey is entirely different. And actually, in 2023, the ability to become an artist from self-taught is easier or more possible than it's ever been before in history. So a lot of the old advice of you have to go to art school and things, yes, if you've grown up without strong mentors around you, or if you want some advice, or if you want more training in creative thought, do it. But in terms of going to art school for hard craft, I wouldn't worry so much about that, because hard craft can come from YouTube or art lessons one-on-one. You can develop that. You can develop it. What I'm saying here is understand who you are and what you need. For me, my art, I'm constantly developing the craft aspect in order to be so wild, but my art typically hinges more on art history and philosophy, understanding myself and understanding the world of art to better understand my place in it. That's where I come from. But your own journey is unique. It's going in its own direction. It's doing its own thing. And that is pretty cool. There we go. There we go. Diploma in animation. All right. This is good. This is good. There we go. Let's come down here. And then across here. Lovely. More in here. Here we go. Really lay it on thick through this part. And then up through here. Meant to learn, fantastic, like give it, all right, Bridget, fair enough. Color confused artist, all right. Market yourself however you like, you're a sole trader. Live that dream. Watita. Bridget, I appreciate your messages, but I'm not fully sure I know what you're saying. In fact, I'm fully sure I have no idea what's being said. I would be biting my son and trying to focus so hard. What, right now on this painting? No. If we get too focused on it, we'll control it too much. It needs to stay wild. It needs to be free. Too much control will ruin a work like this. So, need to keep that wild nature in it. You're sick and have a fever? ZJ? Alright, well I hope you get well soon. That when I work on more than one piece, it's a lot more free flowy for some reason. A lot more free flowy. Yeah. That's because you've got your eggs in more than one basket. Kind of like having a diversified financial portfolio. Your view and the environment and the world of financials has less chance to damage you because you're diversified. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Next thing we're going to grab. Next thing. I'm going to keep this bowl out. Normally I'd swap bowls, but I'm going to keep this one because it's got white in it. And white's actually fairly useful. It's a colour we can use over and over again. More vibrant and defined. Yeah, indeed. It's coming along well. It's coming along well. The next colour off the ranks. Next colour off the ranks. Let's attack it with okay. Let's attack it with a bit of purple, I think. What's our deep dark colour in here? Oh, unless. No, let's use a little bit of a change here. Let's use some ultramarine blue. Chuck some of this in here with it too. Do I give names to the paintings? I do. Usually it's in collaboration with whoever is, usually it's in collaboration with whoever is commissioning it. We come up with a name together. Depending on the work though, like the train one, actually, I was going to call it, you may have heard New Orleans, but then I spoke more to the partnership that was buying it, and they came forward and were like, no, can we call it Smoky Mary? And the reason I wanted to call it Smoky Mary is that's the name of the train. And I was like, absolutely, that's a fantastic name, let's do it. So anyway, sometimes the environment can have a massive impact on what a picture gets called. Environment actually including collectors. There we go. Beautiful. What's this one going to be? Hoo-wee. It's going to be wild. Good question. What do you reckon we should call it? As you watch the layers hit, how's it made you feel? What's it made you think? Maybe we can come up with a name for it right now. Aha. What's that? What's that, JB? I think if I was to guess though, okay, let's make up a name. Sometimes the simplest names are the best, especially when you go deeply abstract like this. It can be quite fun to call something like this, morning surf. So simplistic in actually capturing what's actually happening. It's a morning, they're heading out to surf, and we're capturing that simple moment when they're walking out. And it actually, instead of making you think of what might be in the picture and staring at it, wondering what was going through the artist's head, you can simply look at it and go, I see. I see that. And share the moment. So are we trying to confuse and gatekeep, or are we trying to share the moment? And if we're trying to share the moment, what best describes this scene to someone else? And are we trying to appeal to surfers directly, or actually allow everyone to see the scene together? Because our reactions to it would be different, wouldn't they? You'd have your people who would need to be told some more. Because maybe they haven't been surfing. So they know less about the environment and the world that comes into context when you're a surfer. There we go. Hello, Mike. How are we doing? Mike, they absolutely are. So I was saying, Mike, that this one here is a personal project that I've leapt off on. Typically, I've got a little private collection. It's never been listed on the website, but if you ever wanted to see what works are available, I've got a couple that aren't commissions that I have inside my own house. I've lost probably 2 out of 3 of the ones I keep. One of them being Hercules. Hercules is one of the ones in my home at the moment. And I was hoping to add this one in here because I thought this was actually a really nice, different style with Hercules. So you'd have the vulnerability of man, and then you'd have the pleasure and innocence and peace of life, which is sort of where I want to take this one. Just a moment in time, pleasurable experience of existing. Just a little moment. That's all we want. There we go. There we are. Step back and have a little look-see at that with you. wonder. I wonder. They may be willing to risk it. I reckon they're willing to risk it. Thanks, Steve. Cheers, Jackson. I'm just looking at a few of the little moments in it. Having a think. Just going to do a little bit of a dabble here. Going to add a bit more vehicle into the paint. This is an acrylic binder. Let's see what impact it has. On the overall look and feel. Listen to Rodriguez, he's an absolute champion. So sorry, I hope I answered that question though about paintings being purchased. So if you're after commissioning an original, the best place to go is on the website. There's a link in the a link on the website and a link in the bio that'll take you straight through to commissions, prints, and all that sort of stuff. And then if you're after something straight away, I've got 2 works, but I can share them with you, although typically I'm trying to keep a few in my house so my withdrawals don't go too strong. Now let's share a little moment here. Let's look at this. Let's imagine what we're seeing. I'll turn that around to there. There we go. And now we're just going to share a moment where we sort of I like the way that we ignored the surfboards a little bit, to a large degree, and the result of it's been that one of the surfboards actually, the middle one's almost non-existent, which is really cool, because that would have been the one that had the most pop to it. This one here has come out as pink, which I actually don't mind. I think that's sort of funky. And you can see that same dark object reflected in the amount of darkness down here. But here's our picture. So I'll twist that around so you can see it there. And bring it forward a wee bit. There we go. Like that, there we go. So I like the way that this cloud at the top here, it almost mimics this hill here. This is definitely darker. This is definitely darker. But there is a cloud across the top as well. There's these big licks of darkness at the top, which we've expressed up there. Did we go a wee bit dark up there? It looks like a foreboding bit of weather. Or does it look like the light's cutting through it? These are the questions. These are the questions. And there's lots of, I like the amount of horizontal lines coming through here, which does give you that shimmering water effect. Now there is one thing that you'll like here, guys. So every bit of this painting in the, in terms of the paint marks that go on, never, ever, 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 ever think, okay, there's a horizon line, there's a line, we'll mark it all up and draw it out. You lose that sporadic, wild, creative, chaotic, abstract, real element in the work. It becomes this thing which is conforming to guidelines, and it's terrifying when I see abstract or impressionistic work that says, major features must be in place, but then will allow you to be expressive over here, but the major features must be in place. So I'll give you a clue here to spot it in this work. This is quite cool. One thing in the picture you'll notice, the most direct horizontal line, I'll bring it right up here. There's a horizontal line right here. That there is exactly across the image, bang, in a straight line, and it's exact in black the whole way through. But as we drew it, we drew patches of it, one piece at a time, in between the surface. We never did the entire line and said, right, there we go. And now when we look at the picture here, what's happened to our horizontal line? Now we're looking at the imperfection of man. And so let me bring you up here a little bit closer. I'll zoom in for you. This is a bit of fun. Let me get this sorted here. Just bring my hand over here. Here we go. So on that line, it's never actually marked. It's wild the whole way along it. Let me just undo that. Hold on. So I can twist you. There we go. It's wild the whole way along it. The line isn't actually black in its own right. It's made up of the wilderness of the water touching the coast, and has very, very little to do with actually being a line in of itself. Just like this doesn't. It's not a line that exists. That's literally just the point in which the sea touches the land. And that's what we've got there. And I like how our one's not straight. I like that. Anyway, this part down here, this is giving me, who remembers Zambezi River? That's giving me serious Zambezi vibes. And then if I come in here, we're going to see how many colours are just up around here, excuse me. Right in there. So let's have a look-see here. This is where we get all the colours we're talking about. So how many can we see there? There's a massive pink pumping out there. We've got some blacks over the top. They're nice, creating a bit of definition. Whites, blues, purples, a little bit of green, sap green at the bottom there. Burnt sienna, no sorry, raw sienna. Naples yellow, salmon. So we've got a whole bunch of colours who actually have to get along to make that what it is. And you can see the wilderness there. Where's that? Let's find out. This is where the paint makes no sense. But when we come out, it's still making no sense. But at this stage, you can kind of think, it's trying to be something. What's it trying to be? It's trying to express something, though I can't tell what that is. Come out a little bit further. Again, hold on. I think I'm seeing some sort of landscape. It's still not in context, but maybe. And then as we keep coming out, all of a sudden, wait a minute. That paint's like a cave drawing. It's expressing something. What's it expressing? And then when we come the whole way out, suddenly it looks less like messy wild paint, and we start to see a picture come into context of boys heading out into the sea. They are three boys. Three men heading out for a surf. Anyway, I think we'll put that picture on pause now. That's the fun stage we'd like to get it to. And that's fun. Now it doesn't look so grey. That's good. So typically though with this style of painting, come right forward, and if it's wild and crazy up close, and I'll tell you what, I'll just do one little patch here actually. Let's come down and have a look at the reflections. Let's have a look-see here. And let's zoom in right here. So as we start coming in, these will turn from being reflections of these boys walking over the beach, and it wants to get completely wiped out by crazy wild paint. Right up in here, gone. Now we're just looking at weird, crazy, primary wild paint. And about here is somewhere in between crazy wild paint and definition. And about here is where we see the silhouettes and possible story to be told. So that's a good 50-50. We've got a good breakdown there. That's where we want the painting to land. There we go. Perfect. All right. You're welcome to reach out, but like I say, with this painting here, I'm going to give it another few days just so I can make sure that I'm happy with all the little pockets in it and there's no little areas that we want to grab and dabble with. But right now, it's looking like a world of fun. I like it. Anyway, let's put this one down. Let's put it down here. There we go. There we are. All right. Yes, that's the point. That's the point. Because think about when you're far away from a painting, you lose the primal element of the brushstrokes from far away. And that's sometimes why abstract artists try and just do a single large brushstroke to try and, from a distance, still see that primal element. But from a distance, we see context in the image. And so if you only see 100% context from a distance, then up close, it needs to be 100% wild paint. And from about that 5 to 10 feet mark, that's when you want to be able to see, oh okay, it's half and half. That's the beauty. Okay, let's get this for sale. Iggy, I'll tell you what, reach out, and if I do change it, there's a link in the bio, you can grab my email. Reach out, and if it doesn't change, I'll send you through a photo of it, and you can see what you think. But it'll change in a few different ways. Thanks, Will. A few different ways. Not only will it change if I decide to add more paint to it, but it'll change as well because as it sits and dries, those colours that are shiny at first will seep back and merge with the other base colours. So it all has the same sort of coat to it. Right. And what are we going to put on this mega ship? I've got a landscape I'm supposed to start, but maybe it would be quite fun to do a face. What do you guys reckon? Be like, he's supposed to do a landscape commission, but instead he's just run off on a tangent. Dun, 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 dun. A lot of time on landscapes though. Maybe it's time to actually jump onto a giant face. Maybe let's just hit up some vibes like that. Bum 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 bum. Password there. Into here. Badak bing bang boom. Let's go into here. Who was the? Did you say DALL-E 3 was free? Did you? DALL-E 3. Here we go. Is DALL-E 3 free? Is the question. A koi pond, shimmering surface. Shane, that's a funky idea. How do I use it though? How do I ask it for something? I think I've actually got DALL-E 3 though, so why is it asking me about it? OpenAI. I paid for this. I'm sure I did. Menu. OpenAI. Login. Never mind me, lol. Fair enough. No, it's a great idea. I like what your head's at. I do like what your head's at. In this case here, I think I want DALL-E 2. I think DALL-E 2 is what I actually originally paid for. Here we go. Try DALL-E. Now the question is, when it comes down to this sort of stuff, what is going to be our input? Do. Let me see here. I think actually, if we're going to do a portrait, I think I talked a lot with someone and they sent me through a large scale portrait of their face. Hey mama, how we doing? A large scale picture, just to track them down. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So we're going to do something up close. It's going to be kind of funny. Kind of fun. All right. Tell me, guys, how do we feel about this? Here's our face. Massive canvas. And that's what we're working with. So there's going to be a lot of needed space, which is going to be part of the fun here. I think I might doof. There we go. There we go. There we go, perfect. Just in some little tweaks on the photo. Changing the light a little bit. Let me just have a look-see here. Ting, perfect, done. Right, we have our photo. How exciting is that? Question is, though, where do we put the iPad? Pete Davidson, I'm not sure. I don't think it's Pete. His name's Callum, from my understanding. But the question is, where am I going to hang the iPad? I do have a stand there, but the phone's in it. I got a plan. I got a plan. Got a stand here. If I undo this, there we go. And then we're going to lift up this one a little bit. Perfect. Bear with me, team. This is the moment we start swapping everything over. Here we go. Bring that in there. Oh, that's interesting. It's too skinny for that one. Okay. Lower that one down. Wonder if it's going to fit around this one. There we go. Now we're sorted. For those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, I'm just clipping on a thing for my phone to go on because we'll turn it into, yeah, what's up next? What's the plan, Sebastian? What are we doing? We're about to do something pretty cool. Or not, we'll see. Might turn into a disaster. It's part of the wilderness. Who knows? But I'm excited to find out. And I've earned myself this stand. How fun's that? And now I can bring this over here. Angle that to here. Beautiful. Perfect. Bring this over to here. Because now, watch this. Grab this, turn this sideways. All the fancy technologies. Get this into here, like this. What is he doing? He's an absolute wildcat. There we go. Twist this up to here, and voila. Well done, Seb. That's really creative and clever. How did you get to do that with your phone somewhere else? I don't know. That's there. Let's get that there. Put that up on the table there. Grab these little cloths. Pull them out of here. Put them down there. Lift up this gently. Bring it over. Drop it down in here. There we go. Thanks, JB. JB's like, there's not a lot happening with the paint, but he's certainly getting set up in a way that I can respect. There we go. Let's put that over there. Two containers here, bang on. And we're going to put this down in here. Voila. Twist this around just a wee bit. Do 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 do. Da da da. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Going to twist this around a little bit to there. And twist this around a little bit to there. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own. Da 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 da. Oh, jeepers. Knocking around some things. As I gently move things around. We're coming back a wee bit. There we go. Beautiful. That's all sorted. That's exactly where we want that. And how's this doing? That's all sorted too. Wonderful. I think that's everything we need. Are we good to go? Oh, I just gasped. Sorry. I think that's everything we need. I'm just going to move this back a little bit too. There we go. So I'm moving everything back. The canvas size is growing, and because it's growing, everything needs to give us. Just move that a little bit. Some more room. There we go. Beautiful. And this boom can come in there a little bit. Nice. He covered, yeah, I did, sorry. The light coming through that was too intense, so that's why we did a little tweak there. A little tweak to peak, yeah. So, just in the evenings when the light's too intense, that's how we deal with that. I hope you don't mind. I don't mind it. I don't mind at all. Seems like at times we fight, Lord ain't right. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Fresh canvas, fresh picture. How do you get into painting? How did you get into painting? Done it my whole life. Everything I do. Everything I do. And in this case here, we're about to get started on a brand new giant portrait. JB, when it's evening time, I'll definitely be pulling down the banner and you can see the handicap space, I promise. I promise you that. There we go. Okay. And how's that doing? Looks like it's in the right space. Everything looks tickety-boo. There we go. Okay. Starting a giant face. No time like the present. Everything's teed up. Everything's in position. Now, first things first. First thing is first. Let's get, well, since we have a whole lot of blue here, let's use that. And just gently mark out the areas that we want to focus on. Which I reckon is pretty exciting. The suspense. The suspense. He walks around so much. He's about to start painting. I just don't know when he's going to get into it, but trust me, I'm about to. It's all on. It's all on here. We're about to start a géant painting. Woohoo! First lines hit the canvas. What's he doing? It's all a mess. How could he possibly call that a painting at this stage? We accept the fact that sometimes these things come together. We also accept the fact that sometimes they don't. Let these little crazy lines not become the mouth, become the chin, and become the eyes and ears, but just help you better understand the shape of the character's face, better understand the shapes that make up the face, where the lighting hits, and the way it helps you understand what's going to help you bring such a picture into reality. Not every line has to have a sermon in it. Not everything needs to be perfect. But you know what every line does have? The very best of intentions. That's what they have. We're going to keep giving it that. There we go. How do you feel about that? Woohoo! Coming on down here, cutting in here with the chin, around here, beautiful, and down through here. Little nose here, lovely. Now we're talking. Little bits. And then up in here. Oh yeah. See how this isn't exactly the face. It doesn't need to be. It can play, it can be loose. Your strokes can have fun. Cheekbone there. Like I say, this is just you getting intimate. Intimate with the way the face is shaped. Intimate with what makes the face. Intimate with the details of the face that you as an individual, are going to choose to care about as you make this painting. It's your painting. It's not a photo. Painting has a wild element to it, a craziness to it. And only if you can embrace that craziness and bring the painting together with wild realism. When I say wild realism, I don't mean realism like a photo. I mean wild realism as in raw feeling, raw emotion. What makes you a person? If you can do that, you'll get something special. And if you can't, better luck next time. Here we go. All right, we're going to put down the small brush now. Pick up this one. I'm dancing on my own. I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. Da 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 da. I'm dancing on my own. I'm not the one you're taking home. I keep dancing on my own. That is stuck inside my head. I don't mind dancing on my... I don't mind dancing on my own, actually. I kind of like it, all things considered. I'm going to check in later. Oh, cheers, Tim. Well, appreciate you being in here, Tim. And yeah, check in later. And you'll be like, oh, he nailed it. Or, oh my God, he ruined it. He ruined it. It's cooked. It's done. How did it go so wrong? How did it go so wrong? So wrong, yet so right. Here we go. Dabbling with colour. Splashing it around. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own. I'm not the one you're taking home. If someone wrote me a song like that, they certainly would be. There we go. I'm not the one you're taking home. Ooh. Splashing around the paint. Have a great day. All right, we're going to see you later, are we, JB? Well, first off, JB, I appreciate you being here. You're here for a while, and we'll see you next time after you've done your long weekend holiday. You wildcat. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. And again, with these lines here, don't think for a second we're trying to say this is where the face is going to be. We're still getting intimate. Intimate, keep using that word, intimate with where the face lives, how it lives, what makes the face, just enjoying that. Still understanding the shapes of this man's face. He looks at it in the mirror every day when he wakes up. And for us, we open our phone and we see it briefly. So there's a responsibility in that sense to develop a connection with the face, especially early on when you're adding those initial strokes onto it. Where is our Aotearoa painting? Good question. Good question. Well, there's a couple actually. We did one of the Milford Track a while ago, and that was pretty fun. That was a real hit. People really liked that. But this world has a lot of things to capture in it. It's our responsibility to keep on capturing on. There we go. There we go. And it comes down here like this. Big cheek. Lots of colour. Cape Reinga. Sounds exciting. I like the Milford track because there was lots of people from overseas who'd been to the Milford track and seen it. And then it was kind of fun to watch a Kiwi's rendition of something like the Milford track. Help you better connect with the place, people who've been to New Zealand and seen this wild country. I keep dancing on my own. Are you in New Zealand? I am. This is Auckland. Aotearoa. Beautiful place. So I've got a little bit of binder medium in with the paint, which will help it set super fast so we can keep on adding on more paint and more paint. Here we go. As it dries almost immediately onto the surface. There we go. Lovely. In here. You know what I do love though? I love doing a big face. There's an intimacy when you're creating it that actually I've always enjoyed. And it's always funny wondering if you're going to capture the likeness of the person or if it's all going to fall to pieces. You never quite know. There we go. That's actually going to... See that there? So caught up making ourselves intimate with the actual facial structure. You know, pull that across a little bit. And that nose is going to come on down here. That's going to come in here. That's going to come on around here. That's going to come down here and around here and in here. And there's a couple more. This is the background, guys. A lot of time with portraits, we ignore the background. It's an afterthought. It's not. It's an intimate part of the whole picture. Build it into it. Really build it into it. And this hairstyle comes right up to here. See that? And then that actually trickles down to here. And that air comes out a little bit further. Keep on exploring this in here. I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own. I'm not the one you're taking home. I keep dancing on my own. That's a wild, good start. In the right place. How's it drying? Beautifully. Everything's exactly as we want it to be. Wild, but as we want it to be. Do, 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 do. Now, let's leap across into this one. Light grey. Let's see where this takes us. Again, none of these colours, this wants to be an absolute explosion of tones when it actually comes to. But to start with, we're just getting intimate. I keep saying that, intimate with the way the face is structured. That's all we want. All we need, all we want. You wait, what's the next colour off the rank going to be? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be probably magenta or pink, I reckon. There we go. Splash that round through there. Bubble it across there. Now we're talking. Beautiful. And then there's a stripe here. When I capture that, ooh yeah. There's that singlet coming in there. Over the top. Over the top. Ooh-wee. Down the side there. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Getting late for me. All right, Shane. Well, I'll tell you what, Shane, with a bit of luck, there'll be a finished picture for you to look at tomorrow. And you'll be like, oh, it's lovely. You'll be like, jeepers, that really fell apart after I left him. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely. Beautiful. You will. You will. And hey, Black Bunny, how you doing? Welcome on in. We're making a face. We might. How's this going for us? It's a fun brush, but I think I'm going to swap the scale a little bit. Here we go. Give me a slightly bigger brush to get that coverage. There we go. Do we stay with the black and white's the question. Sam, you are blocked. I don't know what Sam did wrong. Sam sounds nice. Don't know why we're blocking him. And hey, Harold, I'm doing great. Good to have you in here, mate. This is a commission? No, it's not. I have a commission I'm supposed to get onto, which is a landscape, but we just did a landscape. And to loosen up, I thought, let's just fire off on a portrait. So here's the portrait we're firing off onto. Use up the last of this. There we go. Shouldn't it be finished by now? We'll see how we go, $. See how we go. Right. That'll do for now. Let's come on down here. Chuck that plate on top of that one. And that one on top of that one. Next color off the ranks. I keep dancing on my own. I think we're going to grab some deep, deep purple. And no, it's not a commission, Harold. It is not. It's just a wild portrait. I say just. It's a wild portrait that I've wanted to do because we're just a wee bit much caught up in a landscape. I want to get lost in a portrait. That's the plan. That's the plan. Let's just spin that around a little bit here, guys, so you can actually... There we go. So you can see what I'm seeing. I keep dancing on my own. A little bit of this. Okay, who's ready? I'm ready. Let's go. I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. You work fast? Well, there's lots of layers that go into it. So we're starting getting those base colors down with all their wild glory. And a sneeze. Bless me. There we go. Oh, bonne sauté. Hey Steve, how we doing? How we doing? I love how much color changes the mood of a portrait. Yeah, it does. It does. And it's going to go through a few iterations as we go. I'm definitely going to lean more towards the spectrum of purples and magentas. But we will be adding a lot of deep blues and things like that. And it's just fun. It's just fun. The idea of this portrait isn't to be a giant commission for someone or anything like that. We're just going to have some fun slashing the paint over the canvas. There we go. So just reconfiguring that eye there a little bit. And you'll watch the whole portrait actually move around a little bit, so we just drop that left eye down just a touch. Next color in here. Haven't you always had such a loose, vibrant painting style? Developed it over time, Sart? That's a good question. It's a good question. And the answer there is not always. I started with a far more controlled style, but if you look at those earlier controlled paintings, there was definitely this more loose, wild, crazy, primal thing trying to come out. It just couldn't. And sometimes in our intentions of actually making stuff that we want other people to like, We can subdue the part of ourselves that everyone actually wants to see. The part that can actually connect people, make the world a better place. So, it's funny to see what characteristics in ourselves we are basically taming or covering up because we think people don't want to see them, when actually those are the traits that matter the most. Pastel violet, and we come. Very similar to the oh, there we go. How do you struggle to loosen up? I went on my own little journey where I got so determined, so caught up thinking that the true form of art would be the one that was the most correct, and if I strangled the work enough, it would become what I wanted it to become and everyone would love the art, until I realized actually perfection lies in imperfection. It's in a beautiful process. It's in losing yourself in something and actually valuing connecting with others and valuing a process which is genuinely fun and grows you and enjoyable. That would be the way to find real perfection. And that loved, organic, real process would yield a loved, real, fun result that I'd look at over and over again and feel. So basically, and I tell you what, it took a lot of torture. Tortured myself thinking that I could choke an artwork into being what I want it to be. That if I strangled it enough and controlled the process enough, I could make something that was really meaningful. When actually, it's the complete opposite. The classic thing of set it free. And if you set it free, you may not get the result you want, but you'll be an awful lot closer to it than you would be if you tried to demand it. Kind of like love. Anyway, so my little journey comes from experience. Please, 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 don't strangle a picture for all it's worth. Just let it be free. And if you truly enjoy the process of making it, then it's funny because you're going to love the result. You just are. It'll be like a photo of a process well done, of something that you genuinely enjoy doing and making. Here we go. A little bit through there. There we go. You're all right. Thanks, SR. All right. There's that colour in there. Let's jump across onto the... Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Flame red. Now, Black Bunny, you like to talk about the way colours change a painting? Watch to see what this does. This is going to have such an impact on the overall image. It's going to be absolutely off the hizzy, for lack of a better descriptive term. There we go. All right, next colour. Flame red combined with violet. It's going to give us a sort of salmon vermilion. There we go. Hello. Here we go. All right, let's get this. Stand right back, sparring with it. Standing in front of the art as if we're sparring with it. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own, and I'm not the one you're taking home. Oh, I keep dancing on my own. There we go. As the paint gets thicker on the canvas, it starts to be more easily controlled. And we can start to see different characteristics come more to light. Adding that fiery warmth to the character. Oh, that's interesting. A single tear running down the face here. It's fun, but we'll cut it out for now. Beautiful. And up over in here. There we go. Perfect. You're on the move, ZJ. I'll catch you later. Just get that little splotch and get that all wiped up. Voila. There we go. Perfect. Just a second to get all the little bits out. Perfect. There we are. Just going to leap back here for a second. Perfecto. All right. What colour's up next? That's the question. Let's swap out this one. Grab this one. Grab this one. There we go. Hello, Jude. How we doing? Good to have you in here. How's the light on that working out? There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. Just dealing that one up. Okay. Blue, 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 blue. What are we going to do with you? You intense blue. Right the way up. There we go. beautiful. Should I say beautiful? Whew. He ignored my, oh my god, I'm out, bye everyone. He ignored my, oh my god, I'm out everyone. I'm scrolling back up, Taylor. You haven't said anything, so I can't help you. But I really hope you have an amazing day. I'm sorry it won't be here. Hey Nate, how we doing? And cheers guys. Okay, back to it. This is gouache and acrylic primer today. So it's going to dry a little bit more matty. Your girlfriend's ghost, I had suspicions until she walked through the door. Ha ha ha. Chad's in with his pun. Good on you, Chad. Consistency's the key here. There we go. Hey Evan, how you doing? Da 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 do. Coming on down low. There we go. Flip that around there. And then a little bit of this and with the white. Okie dokie. Your lives keep freezing up for me. Oh, pity by nature, that's niggly. That's not what we want. Ideally, it would just run. Ooh. Evan, welcome in from Massachusetts. Massachusetts, you absolute legend. I've been there twice. Lovely place. Lovely place. Okay, let's get this all mixed up. There we go. I feel judged by this work. What, as in like it's looking at you? Slap that red on. Yeah, so it wants to go on really, really loose because we can always, I gotta say this again, guys. Make sure when you start a work, you let it be wild and free and fun. You can always bring in the detail. Detail's easy to bring in. Detail's too easy to bring in. So easy to bring in. When you first start, completely ignore it and just enjoy splashing around some paint. Because if you get too much detail on at the start, what's going to happen later on in the piece? You're just not going to get it in there. Sorry, you're not going to get the fun in there. You're going to be so curled up thinking, oh, I need to get this, I need to get that. And then you see your end result that you've poured your heart and soul out into, and it's got no soul. You're like, wait a minute, I poured my heart and soul into it. What do you mean it has no soul? Because you strangled the life out of it by stopping it from being fun. Don't do that to your art. Don't let that happen. There we go. This portrait painting is working for you. Love the mix. Yeah, we'll see though. Because remember, there's a lot more colors to go on it. So it can take a lot of directions. And we don't quite know if they're all going to be good ones yet. So I'm personally very excited to find out, but we don't know. There we go. Right up to the top there. Beautiful. All the way up to the top. Lovely. And coming down here. Going the whole way up to the tip? Go on then. There we go. Bob Ross. You know, Bob Ross never really liked the afro. True fact. He didn't like that everyone was always, they decided they'd have to do it as a marketing thing. And he was like, oh, can we not? He really didn't like it. Which I find wild, because I mean, now that you hear that, you're like, yeah, I can see how that's the case, but because everyone loves him for the afro and recognises him for it. But if he didn't have it, he'd just be a regular dude, wouldn't he? Maybe I need to grow myself an afro. Maybe that's what I'm doing with the mustache. Oh my God, is my mustache a Bob Ross call? Maybe I'm pretending like that's a surprise because that was my play all along. Oh my Lord, if it was subconscious, I swear. Here we go. A little bit through here. A little bit down here. And there. Lovely. And then there's a little bit, yeah, there we go, on that eyeball. Just a touch. Cheekbone, just a touch. In here, just a touch. You know what I'm about to say. More than just a touch. This needs some love. You're taken home. I keep dancing on my own. All right. Next color. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Who wants to guess? What's it gonna be? Here we go. This is coming out pretty fun though. Pretty wild. I can see what you mean by judgy actually. He is sort of staring over his shoulder at you. In the picture, it's more ponderous, friendly, platonic and agreeable. I was going to say seductive, but it's more platonic than it is seductive. Let's get some highlights in here. There we go. There we are. Here we go. Posture. More energy, more passion, more footwork, more energy, more passion. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then coming right up the top. Okay. Okie dokie. I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own. I'm not the guy you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. Give me just a second here, team. Got a few little rogue drops. Trying to get out there. Here we go. Next one up is burnt sienna. So we're going for a darker colour. And tell me, guys, what's the connection like? Are we all good? Someone was saying it was no good before. Is it no good? Is it all good? Tell me. Tell me. How are we doing? How is the connection quality? I'm glad you promised you're not crazy. It's very nice of you. All right. Alrighty, tighty. Thumbs up from Jay. Fantastic. Anthony, how we doing? We're going into the burnt sienna now. It's very similar, just a bit darker. Drops it back another little shade and provides all good urine. That's good, Harold. That's good to hear. I'm glad. I was a little bit worried that we were lacking a bit of connection, but it sounds like we're all good. I'm just going to add a little bit of black into this, just a touch, to darken it that little bit extra. Just a touch. We're not going to overdo it. But this does need to be slightly darker. There we go. Give me that deeper colour, baby. Gimme a man after midnight. Want you about it so da-da-da-da-day. Hello, LJ. You have missed a fair bit, but that's okay. We're lucky to have you now, right? Gimme a man after midnight. Want you da-da-da-da-da-da-day. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Won't you come down a lot of day? Boom. We should be back with the sound. Are we back with the sound? We're back with the sound. There we go.
Fixed it. And, oh, fantastic, James. I'm glad you got the email. That's fantastic news. I was worried that it may have, I just sent it to you. It was hard to find the old comments on TikTok sometimes, but it looks like we've tracked it down. We're safe and sound. Exciting times. And now we're in touch via email, which is good. Permanently safe. And if you saw the email too, I think you said you had, but I loved all the safari shots. The challenge that you've got is that the caliber of all the shots is just so high. Like, it'd be easier if there was one standout performance, but there is a lot of standout performance. The elephants, tigers, all the stuff. There we go. Now we're looking there. Let's get a little bit of a wild card in here, team. A little bit of a wild card. I keep dancing on my own. I'm dancing on my own. This one and this one. Here we go. Okay, first up is the white. Second up is this one. Keep it a secret. Whispering under my breath. Not telling. There we go. Let's get a paintbrush. What size? Size is perfect. Wipe it off. And a bit more of this. And we are good to go. Bright green. Ooh, you're close. Close. It's bright something. It's bright something. It's going to add a little bit more flair to the overall structure of it. You ready, Harold? Here we go. One really fun thing about this colour palette too, magenta spliced with white. That's what's happening here. You're so close. You are so close. It actually is magenta, but it is spliced with white. That's the only catch.
I'm just going to walk, and then you can just take me into what, right? I'm going to be in the sun though.
There we go. Pink should have guessed. Well, in this case here, it is the colour that's going to really finish off this palette. And that, remember, this character here is American. I didn't mention that earlier, but now that I have, I want you to see that actually in the colour palette is somewhat American colours. Did he do that? That's naughty. It's American colours because it's an American painting. How wild. So you've got a little bit of red, you've got a little bit, the tan colour of the skin is just to make it not so obvious, but you've got the blues, you've got the reds, and you've got the whites. 1, 2, and 3. And now the pinks blend between the colours. And the next colour, if we are to go back to these light ones again, would be baby blue. So the logic there comes from. Here we go. Perfect. Over here, lovely. It's got some earrings there, just notifying those up in there. We've still got a lot of those darker colours to go, so it'll be Thalio blue when the time comes. Hello, Jules. How we doing? Welcome on in. There we go. And now it's time that we start cutting in with a bunch of our dark colours. Dark colours. Next up. Not completely dark, but a little bit. Where are you hiding? Percussion blue, perfect. It's not quite black, but it's not quite blue either. Just a little bit of this in here. And after this colour, here we go. Let's get this mixed in here. After this colour, we'll see. Maybe a small touch of Naples yellow might bring us through to our quick fire conclusion. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna need some Naples in here for sure. The more colours I add, the more that becomes abundantly clear to me. There we go. There we go. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sweet surrender. Had the bills to pay, yeah. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sweet surrender. Have the bills to pay, yeah. All right. Hello, Jeep. How we doing? We are on to what may be the final colour on our big face. Let's see. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Paint the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sweet surrender. There we go. It's an opportunity to capture some of those key facial bits that make this gentleman what he is. Yeah, he's got those lips in there now. But the key is not to see lips. Don't see lips. The moment you start seeing lips, you won't get lips. See the shapes. Shapes that make them. That's the key. Perfect. There we go, team. We are done. Done, 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 done. We are done. All right. Voila. There's our face. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Pretty fun. Good break from the slowly building up the layers on a giant landscape to just jumping on a giant face and just having a good go, you know? So, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Anyway, guys, I don't know where you are in the world, but I am going to leap on some emails, keep updating those prints, and doing all those little bits and bobs. It's been an absolute pleasure being here, smashing out some faces, smashing out some canvases, playing around, hanging out. But now, plus I need something to eat, I think. I'm starving. Yeah. Don't worry, Jules. The whole thing I'll upload, and I've had my phone filming here too, so there'll be a reel. So you'll see it like colour, 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 until it's finished, which will be pretty fun. Anyway, guys, thanks, Liam. Appreciate that. Liam does sound like a great guy. All right, guys. All the best from New Zealand, and I will catch you next time. And congratulations, team. We've hit 17,000 likes. It's pretty cool. Bye, guys. Bye.